Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be sharing with you my top 5 fountain pens of 2024. I also have 3 honorary mentions, so to speak, because I want to talk about these pens. One of them is a recent purchase and kind of has captured my attention for a few reasons, so I want to talk about that. I'm going to start right away, and these are in no particular order. At the end, I will announce the number one pen. Like if I could only have one pen out of this bunch, out of all of my fountain pens, this would be the one that I would keep. So let's get started. Some of these are not inked up, so I will be dipping the pens. Actually, I have quite a few. So I want to start with this Pilot Prayer pen in cream. This was one of my first fountain pen purchases this year, as I am new to fountain pens, but not new to pens and highlighters and colored pencils and all of the goodness. Um, I use this pen quite a bit in 2024, and it's actually, I will have to say, um, I mean, it is in my top 5. So for 2024, this is one of my top 5 pens. It is a Pilot, so that's number 1. This is a fine nib, so it has a fine line. It worked great in this health planner of mine. Like I said, I used it quite a few months. This is my health planner. I do have some videos out there if you want to take a look at those, but so I'm going to focus. So there's no ink in this one. I actually haven't used it for a couple of months now, and I've been missing it. So when I thought about doing one of these videos, let me zoom in, I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely including this. So this is my top 5. Plus honorary mentions. And what's cool, I just want as a side note, is I am writing this in my Kinbor E6 planner that I will be using specifically for my currently inked in 2025. And I actually just thought of that. That wasn't my original plan. Because in 2025, when I come back to do that video, it will be interesting to see if these have changed and how much. Because I am quite content at this time with my current collection. So we're starting with top 5. And again, these are in no particular order. And this is the Pilot Prayer. This has a fine nib and it's the cream color. So smooth and so enjoyable to write with. Okay, the next pen I'm going to talk about is the TWSBI Eco. This is the cream and rose gold colorway. I actually have this inked with a little bit of that platinum pigment ink and bronze sepia. This is in an extra fine nib. This has been, same as the Pilot Prayer, a pen that I have used a lot. and experimented with a lot this year. You can tell that even though this is an extra fine nib, the pilot nib in a fine is actually about the same, if not a tad bit finer line. I love the TWSBI Eco Rose Gold collection. I shouldn't say only. I have this, and I have the Cafe Bronze as well, and that one's in a fine nib. This is Rose Gold, extra fine, and I love this so much. I also, a lot of the reason I think the nib is extremely smooth. I love the size of the Eco. I love that it is a demonstrator pen. I think it looks very nice. It's very pleasing, at least for me to look at. I know other people do not think that way, but I do. And I love how easy it is to clean. As a newcomer into the fountain pen community, it's super easy. Um, and I feel like I know these are a little bit more expensive than the TWSBI Ecos. Those run most places $32 to $35. This is $49.99. But I love rose gold as it is, and and I love the colorway of the Ecos, the neutral colors. So those are the reasons why this is in my top 5, and this was the first TWSBI Eco that I purchased. So it does have a little bit of sentimental value. Actually, most of these do. So the next pen I want to talk about is this Sailor. Oh my gosh, I just have a mind blank here. This is from the Season collection. It's the autumn, and this one has a 21 karat gold nib. I purchased this with a gift card that my parents sent me in 2023. It kind of sat for a bit, and purple is one of my mom's favorite colors. It's one of my favorite colors, more of a mauve though, purple pink. But autumn is my favorite season. And I also, Sailor is a brand that I really love. I love their nibs. I love the feedback of their nibs. I love the style of their pens. And I would say the Sailor Mini is one of my favorite, but I did not include that because I really wanted to be specific. So this pen also has the sentimental value because it's something that my parents purchased for me. So this is a Sailor, and it is a slim. And I'm going to put, I apologize for not being specific here, as specific as I can. But this is part of the seasons. It is a 21K medium fine nib. And this is in the autumn colorway. So yeah. Beautiful. The next pen I want to talk about is this Opus 88 Mini in Cherry Blossom. I love Opus 88 Mini pens so much. I think they're fun. I think they are underrated pens, just the brand in general. Um, this one is not full either. I actually have quite a collection of the Opus 88 minis. I think, yeah, for my hand, they're a little bit uncomfortable without them being posted. This has a fine nib on it. Oh, and this Cherry Blossom edition is exclusive to Gold Spot pens. I purchased this I purchased it secondhand from a user on Mercari. It came with a broad nib, and I quickly changed it out to a fine um, mini. This is the Cherry Blossom. I have tried all nib sizes except a medium. So I do plan on completing my uh, either purchasing a medium nib on its own or purchasing another Opus 88 pen in 2025. But I love these as well, similar to the TWSBI, because they're super easy to clean. They're super easy to fill. You simply uncap here. Yes, this is what's called an eyedropper pen. I simply take a syringe and fill it just like my other ink converters. That's just typically how I do it. But you just pour the ink in here or syringe it in or eyedropper it in. Close this. Because it is an eyedropper, you want to screw open this end part here to allow the ink to flow to the nib. A lot of people get confused with that. But this pen is super smooth to write with. It flows well. If I remember to open this, if I haven't used it for a bit, I do shut this so that ink doesn't dry up. And I feel like this is an underestimated and underused pen. And I am not sure why. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know, but I think they're super cute, uh, very durable. You know, if you drop this pen because of the way it's made, it's not going to break. And it's easy to replace the nib if that is damaged. So just overall, this is one of my favorite brands, and I love Cherry Blossoms. I used this pen for a few months in a row. I couldn't get enough of it, so that's why it is in my top 5. So that is for the last pen. Is this Esterbrook Esty and Tortoiseshell. I have several Esterbrook Esty pens. I'm quite happy with my collection at this time. I found myself grabbing for this particular model the most. And this currently has a medium nib on it. I love the size, I love the shape, I love the weight. The nibs for me personally, um, learning, I had to figure out what inks would flow well. With this brand, most of them do, but I have run into some that were a bit dry. Um, so, oops, I thought I had ink in here. I guess I do not. That is so weird. 1 second, guys. Yeah, I do. I was playing around last night or the night before. Oh my goodness, see, don't do that. um, so I typically do not cap these pens, however, you can. This is the Esterbrook SD. And the tortoise model. This currently has a medium nib. And I was playing around trying to match the Birmingham Pen Company Sandstone ink, and I had a Inaho dupe, the Pilot Inaho ink dupe started, and then I started playing around with that to try to match the Sandstone ink, and I think I found, I did not write it down like I should have, but I'm sure I can figure it out or get close. This is pretty close, but it is a little bit on the greener side compared to the sandstone. So anyway, so that's why this ink is different. But overall, um, I just I love this pen. That's why it's in the top 5. I think they write well. They're very comfortable for in long writing sessions. Same thing, I meant to mention that for all of these as well for long writing sessions. My hand does not feel tired at the end. This is easy to clean, in my opinion. I've found that the bulbs work, the baby bulbs work well in flushing the nibs. The nibs are easy to change. Yeah, so those are my top 5. And then the 3 honorary mentions, I need to mention the Pilot Kakuno. It was my very first fountain pen, the clear transparent one was, and then this Pilot Kakuno in the cream and pink colorway in the fine nib was my second. And these write so well. I love the fineness of the fine, and they're super affordable. I have not paid more than $15 for one of these. You do have to purchase your own converter. However, they do come with an ink cartridge, so you can always use that. Mine has never dried out, and the nib is so smooth. So I had to mention this as an honorary mention because they're easy to clean as well. You can pull the nib unit out. Um, yeah, and they're affordable. So it's a pen that you can take on the go and not worry about, if you do lose it or you drop it and break it. I love the size, capped and uncapped. Very light and easy to use for long writing sessions as well. The next pen is a Kaweco Sport. This one just happens to be in the macchiato colorway. I have to say, I think I have more Kawecos than any other pens. I know others have said that they have had issues with the nibs. I have not. I have not had any issues with the nib. Now the ink flow, yes, and I do have to a lot of times kind of initiate that, but I'm finding too that if I just get the ink moving a bit. I also love these and had to mention them because if you're new to the fountain pen community, and if you like pocket pens like I do, I have quite a few pocket pens. Opus 88, I have the Sailor Minis. These are very affordable and they come in many colors. You can also get the gold plated nibs. I think they're really cool looking with the addition of these pen clips that you can purchase separately. I guess that would be the only downfall for me. um, so this is a Kaweco Sport. I'm just going to put Sport. This one happens to have a double broad, and it is in my currently inked. That's why it has a different ink color at the moment. But in general, talking about pens themselves, I love the gold plated nibs. I love the regular steel nibs for the Kaweco Sports. And if you're a beginner and wanting something a little bit more, perhaps you don't like, the size of the Pilot Kakuno or even the Pilot Prayer, which these would be my top two picks for beginners. And you want something a little bit sportier, so to speak, this would be the next pen that I would personally recommend. So, and then the last pen is a newer pen to my collection I purchased during Fountain Pen Day, and it is a Benu Briole, I think that's how you pronounce it, in the luminous amber. And this has an extra fine nib. It is gold plated. I love this colorway, number one. Number two, I was a bit nervous about the extra fine nib. It has totally surprised me. And this is another smaller pen. If you take a look, oh, I guess not, tad bit smaller than the SD, but when we uncap, oh, I guess it's about the same. I am corrected. I don't know why I thought it was more of the mini size, but I love this colorway. I think it's beautiful. Doesn't go overboard where it's too much in your face with the glitter. So this is a Benu Briole. I hope I spell this correctly. And this is in the luminous amber. Look how wet that is. I'm sure it's the ink too. I will share what I have this inked with. It's the Ancient Copper, and then I added a couple drops of the Van Diamines Queenstown Gold Mine because I love that ink so much, and I love the combination together. I think this is a beautiful pen. I love that this model came with a converter. I love the nib itself. I love how it writes. I love the size. I wasn't sure if this was going to bother me when I write, and it does not. And I have really been enjoying this. I have not shared this otherwise on my channel, but I did have to mention it because I cannot stop using it. It writes so well. So now for my favorite. My overall favorite pen out of the top 5 would be the TWSBI Eco in the cream and rose gold. If I could not have any of these pens, other pens that we talked about here today, and all of my other pens that I've mentioned on my channel, it would be this TWSBI Eco in cream and rose gold. Number one, I love cream. I love rose gold. I love the way that this pen writes. I love the amount of ink it holds. I love that I can write long sessions with this pen. I love the ease of use and cleaning the pen as well. And I love that it's a neutral color and that, I can pretty much use any ink in this pen. The only thing as far as the nib size, um, I think a fine would pair better with like shimmer inks and things like that. Other than that, I love and prefer the extra fine. So top number one would be, this is my number one overall pick, is the TWSBI Eco in the cream and rose gold for those reasons. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you're doing well. And I will be back soon with my top 5 fountain pen inks. And I'll be focusing more on overall joy of the ink and pairing of the ink, things like that. So take care, guys. Love and blessings. Bye.